Uncle Vanya with Kate Blanchett might be coming to the States. Do you know where? Would it be
I'm
LA,
not
New
sure.
York?
I'm not sure yet. They're still negotiating where it's going to be. But Kate Blanchett's already brought two plays with Australian cast to America. She had a big success with Hedda Gabler and with Streetcar Named Desire.
What was it like to work with her?
Oh, great.
Yeah?
She's lovely. Yeah,
Amazing.
she's brilliant.
Excellent. So, how did you first meet David?
David Michaud, I didn't know. He sent me the screenplay several years ago and said, I'd love to work with you and I've written this role with you in mind. Would you be interested in... And I read it and I thought the character was great and the dialogue was fabulous and the storyline was fantastic. I said, of course I'd love to do it. And then I didn't hear anything for a long time because it takes, with an independent film, it takes so long to get your money. So when he did contact me, I'd almost forgotten about it. And yeah, I couldn't wait to do it.
So it's been a long time coming for you then.
Well, a long time coming for David because he'd had it running around his head for years. Yeah.
Well, he got lucky then that you liked the screenplay, didn't he? If he wrote it for you in mind.
Well, yeah,
he
did
said
say.
No.
He did say, I don't know what I'll do if she doesn't want to do it.
Well, I think it's a brilliant role for you.
It's a fantastic character to play.
An excellent character. And I know it's a fictionalized story, but it is based on.
Well, there were some
people.
events that occurred in Melbourne round about the time, but the character I played actually bears no resemblance to the woman who these things happened around. We decided to build the character our own way from the ground up. So she's David wanted the freedom to tell the story as a piece of fiction. Yeah, I would have been willing to do a biopic if that's what he'd wanted. And then in that case, I would have met the woman and thoroughly researched her character.
It's a different process, isn't it, when you're playing a living person versus creating a role?
Yeah, it is. It's a different kind of responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
And what was it like working with David? How much did he give you and ask of you, and how much did he kind of say, I trust you, and run with it?
David was both. He's a natural-born collaborator, but he's so intelligent and he had a vision of exactly how he wanted the character, but he was always ready to listen to suggestions and incorporate your choices. And yeah, it was a really happy experience. Because quite often with young directors, they treat you like a puppeteer, and you're their puppet and they're the puppeteer, and they want you to do exactly what they've got on their storyboard, which sometimes works out fine, especially if there are actors who haven't got a lot to contribute.
Right.
But I think you get the best out of actors, especially experienced ones, if you're a collaborator.
You have to learn how to finesse your actors, right? Let them kind of do their job, but also know how to push them in the right way.
Give them freedom to do their thing. Yeah.
For a first-time director, just from watching the film, I'm really impressed because there seems to be such like a camaraderie among the actors, and I don't know if you've worked with any of them before.
Ben I've worked with before, but none of the others. And we were lucky that we had a rehearsal period beforehand. I think that helped a lot to workshop.
So what was that like?
It was good. We were able to workshop scenes, and David made little tweaks. I'm so happy for David.
Why do you think it is? What do you think it is about the film that's just so hypnotic?
I think, first of all, it's universal around the world that we are fascinated by criminals. It is just it's human nature. Most of us, I would say 98% of us, are decent, law-abiding citizens. The other 2% are criminals, and I think those of us who are not are fascinated by the danger, the menace, the constantly living on the edge. What they do to make a living is life and death is at stake. It's the way they think, it's the psyche of them. And I think there'll always be this morbid fascination for most.
Well, there's so many films, right, made about crime. I mean,
Exactly,
how much of the marketplace is
exactly.
full of, whether it's comedic crime or serious crime?
Yes, and they're all valid ways of telling crime
Absolutely.
stories. You can have glamorous crime stories, and they are equally valid.
Ocean's 11 or something?
Or you can have sordid, kind of squalid. I think our film is fairly...
What I love about Animal Kingdom is it's so intimate. It's such a family drama that happens to be about really kind of disgusting crime world, you know, and I like that combination of the intimacy and the high crime.
And yet it's so plausible too. You could, these could be the people next door. They're very real people. I think that's the thing too, that we're fascinated that
Right.
that could be the family up the street.
Very believable characters that you see them working as a unit together and living in a house, and it could be anywhere in
Yeah.
America or in Australia.
Yeah.
So in Australia, what has the reception been like? Is it different than how it's been received
No, it's
here?
been very good. Critically, it's been hugely.
I know it's gotten a lot of awards.
Yeah, and when it first came out, the critics were very enthusiastic, much as they are here. So yeah, I've been so glad for David, because I think David is an amazing filmmaker. I think he's going to really go places. He's got that fantastic intellect. He's a natural storyteller. He knows how to drive the narrative. He knows how to enter a scene late and leave it early.
Very impressive first
He shot
feature.
a lot of really great scenes that didn't make the final cut because he thought they didn't drive the narrative.
He knows how to be selective.
Well, like Hemingway said, you know, you get a good book when you throw out your favourite bits.
Because you have to be cutthroat, don't you, when you're
You've got
writing
to be
something?
ruthless, yeah. You do.
Do you think you'll work with him again? Do you
I hope so. I've grown to love him so much, and his girlfriend. His girlfriend is Mira Folks, who's also in the film. She plays Joel Edgerton's wife.
Oh, she's beautiful.
And she is stunning. And she would be here with us now, except she's doing Nora Ephron and Delia Ephron's stage show in Sydney at the moment at the Opera House.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And she was great, very subtle.
Yeah, she's
powerful
beautiful.
performance. Yes.
Yeah, that's Mira.